Okay guys, so I wanted to come on here to talk to you guys for a minute, and I actually felt led to, since this happened to me today. So kind of been under the weather, just down, and just, you know, going through some stuff, and you know, I hung out the house and cleaned a little bit today, this morning, and drank some coffee, and kind of just like, you know, stayed there for a little while. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get out of here for a while and go do some shopping or something. So I went to the Dollar Tree, and then I was planning on going to Walmart, and I'm like, well, let's just go over here to Yugo to see if they have any coffee or anything, because you can find really good deals on their coffee and stuff. And so I came here, and I totally had to turn this air down because it was making too much racket, and it's hot in here. So I came here and was, you know, just looking around and looking for deals, and wasn't really paying no attention to nobody. And I get plumb to like the 7th aisle, I guess. I had already, like by this time I had already, you know, almost got through the whole store here. It's this Yugo right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Grocery outlet. And so I'm trying to turn around with my buggy because it was like a little like small squeeze, and I kind of like just like maneuvered and got it around. Didn't hit nothing. It's a wonder because I'm clumsy as I'll get out. And the two ladies, you can tell they're not from here. They're, you know, out of the US or whatever. And so the little old lady, she's like, that's a tight squeeze, you finally made it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, she was just being so nice and just like talking to me, and she's like, that's driving skills. I'm like, well, maybe. I said, most of the time I knock everything down, so, you know, I guess today I'm having perfect, you know, driving skills. And so anyways, I kind of like just walked around, and then I come back across her, and she started talking to me. I said, well, I said, are you finding some deals? And she's like, yep. She's like, this is a great place to be. Well, anyways, I just kept, you know, walking and, you know, just shopping or whatever. Didn't really think nothing of it. I just, you know, thought the lady was just being awful nice and, you know, just polite. Because, you know, I tend to talk to people too a lot. And so anyways, as I'm getting ready to check out, the ladies were up there, and they were smelling of these little sack things that had like air freshener in them or whatever. And you know, they were talking, and I'm like, man, those smell really good. And she's like, well, yeah, I'll get that the next time. I've already checked out. And anyway, so as they were checking out, there's this lady. Well, I call her a lady, but she's only like 18, so a kid. But I guess you can consider her, you know, as an adult or whatever. But she walks up to her, and she's like, well, I gotta get my hug, and I'll see you next time. So she hugs the girl. And, you know, I'm not thinking by this time that she's gonna even like walk up to me or whatever. And so they both, you know, hug or whatever. And then this lady walks up to me, and I'm not saying it was just a little hug. She wrapped her arms around me, and she held on to me, and like she hugged me. You could feel the genuine love. Like you could, like in her spirit, like I could, like the moment she put her arms around me, oh my God, it's gonna make me cry. But you could feel like the true love that this lady had. I've never met her in my life, never came across her in my life. So for whatever reason, I'm watching these people go by. For whatever reason, this lady just felt, you know, the need to hug me. And I could just feel the love. Like it was kind of weird because I needed that. And you know, I was like, wow. And so as she left, like I was in tears. I was about to start crying, and I looked at that girl, and she's like, you live in Rockwood, don't you? I'm like, yeah. She had cheered with my oldest daughter. She's 18, so she knew like Katie and all of them. So she had seen me at the games and stuff, and she's like, these little old ladies, both of them wasn't old. One of them was kind of older, and the other one was probably like in her late or early 40s or 50. But she's like, these little ladies come in here every Sunday. They go swimming at the park, and they are just nice as can be. And I looked at her, I said, you know, I said, that was very polite and kind, and just like so genuine. Like the love that these ladies have. And I'm wanting to think they came from over in like Belgium or somewhere, because their accent was thick like that. And like, I have a follower, Hey MB, but like kind of like her accent, so I'm thinking maybe Belgium, I would assume. But she said like the one has been here for years, and then the other one just, you know, moved over here. She became a US citizen. But so anyways, to make this story short, I get to my car and I'm like thinking, and like I'm just like thinking how nice that was, and I'm like, wow, you know, in this cold dark world that we live in today, in today's time, and so like you always hear about hate and bad things in this world, but you know, all of us good people that are saved and, you know, that try to help everybody, that one little spark that's within you and me goes so long, and it touches so many lives. You never know, by just using your gift or your spark, you know, shining your love and kindness, how much that can help someone. And it did for me today. It really touched my soul, and I'm like, you know, like sometimes you can feel so alone, like you can feel you're so alone, but you know, I know that I'm not, because I've got God, and I've got family, and I've got friends, and I've got my kids, but sometimes you just feel that. But you know, we're all down here, us Christians are passing through, and we're all supposed to be in this together, and just a simple act of that can just help push you forward. And it lightened my spirit today. Like I'm not even kidding, like it literally lightened my spirit. And it's good to know that there's people out here in this world that still care, that still have a heart, you know, to be that for someone, to shine their light and to shine their love. Because that, like, she just wrapped her arms around me, and like you could just feel the love, and I'm like, wow, that's a God thing. Like, that's a God thing. And you know, like, I got to thinking, like, when we all get to heaven, that feeling's going to be like that. All of us are going to be conjoined, you know, as a big family. And I guess the moral of this story is just to never forget that there's people out here that needs that one little spark of love. You know, there's so many people out here hurting. And ever so often I'll experience stuff like this, and when I do, it just hits home to me. But I thought that was super nice, and like it was total a God thing. Like, I know it was a total God thing, and I'm thankful for it. So anyways, just thought I would share that with you guys. Hope everybody's doing good, and so yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.